up enough? Just a minute while we get... That's good?
Yeah.
That's good? Hi, everyone. I don't know. Yeah.
Better.
Yeah, okay. We don't have to do this. Okay, hi, it's me, Summer, and my really, really amazing, beautiful friend, Tanya.
Hello, everyone.
So we're here tonight to talk about, what are we talking about?
Changing your life.
Changing your life. And sharing from a place that really changed our lives. We don't have one, we have two. So we're really happy that you're here. Thanks for coming. Thanks for giving us your time. And we really hope that it's useful. We really hope to touch your heart. And if it doesn't particularly touch your heart, but you think of someone else, feel free to share the video. We'd love that. So, I'm going to tell you my story of why the heck I'm speaking into your life right now. Okay, so I got into Young Living around, I think close to 4 years. 4 years now. And I've been using the oils. I used the oils for 3. I'd had so many impactful changes in my life that I thought I had Tanya in my life as a really good friend, and she was sharing the oils. She is how I came to know the oils as well as I do, and she's my mentor and teaches me all about how to use them, and that's really cool. That's really helpful. So she's my mentor in a lot of ways, if I'm being totally honest. But so the oils have been really, really impactful, and then okay, wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I'll share with you that I went, I feel,
I love you.
I'm getting it together. Okay, so I was using the oils, and I had this one amazing transformation in my life, and it came from, I feel like I tell this story all the time now, but it still gives me that charge in my heart. So I was sharing with Tanya the fact that I felt like I couldn't share my truth with people when it wasn't in alliance with their truth, that I would hide myself and make myself small. And she said, if it resonates with me, try the oil Joy. And so it has a frequency of self-love. See? So I did. I worked with that oil. I just would put it on several times a day, and I would breathe in self-love, self-love, self-love. And I gotta tell you, within a week, I was like, what is, there's something happening. And I'll tell you this, that now that I've been sharing the oils, people come to me all the time like, something's happening. What's happening? And it's really sweet. And I love just laying back and watching that. So it changed my life. Having that oil and bringing in that self-love absolutely changed. I hands down changed my life and changed the standards that I have for love at this point in my life. Tanya's friendship also helped. My daily Tanya shout out. So I was having amazing experiences, and then I was going to counseling at the time, and my therapist was like, "Are you into Young Living?" Why did she ask me that? Because I smelled like 10 million oils every time I went in the room. I was all lathered up. And she said, "I've been wanting to get in. How do I do it?" And so I didn't really know anything about it. I asked Tanya, she helped me, and she said, "Summer, if your therapist wants to get in, and I'm sure you don't want to have that conversation about what she needs oils for, have her call me." So they actually formed a really sweet, sweet, sweet relationship.
I love you if you're watching.
Yeah, I love you too. And this woman, I don't know if I'm supposed to say her name. Okay. All right, this beautiful, amazing woman started sharing the oils as well. And she was building a team underneath her. We'll get into that more later, I guess. But all of a sudden, I got a check in the mail. I didn't do anything. I just wore my oils into therapy, and she just made this thing happen for me. So obviously that piqued my curiosity, and I went to Tanya, and I sat down with Tanya and her sweetheart, Tama. Hey, Tama. Don't get jealous. And they talked to me about what the business looks like, and that's what we're going to do a little bit tonight. And the thing that really transformed for me about network, because I didn't have a good thought in my head about what network marketers do. I didn't, you don't know what you don't know, and I didn't know. And so they really helped me change my point of view. And basically it was like, Summer, you don't have to convince anyone to do anything they don't want to do. That's not the point. It's to share. It's like, these oils have touched you so much. Do you want to share them with people? And the answer is heck yes. But it was like uncomfortable, but I was like, oh, I don't have to convince anyone of anything. I just have to like provide. And so I did. I started hosting tutorials, as I called them, 101s. And I invited a bunch of friends. I just said, hey, are you interested? Do you want to come? And I got back yeses with exclamation points. People were just like happy to come. And then happy to be oiling and happy to be telling me their results and the amazing support that the oils are bringing to them. And that makes my heart sing. So I am happy to be here, as uncomfortable as Facebook Lives might be, with my homegirl Tanya, and because I really want to speak these oils into your life, and if it resonates for you to join in. The other thing I want to speak into your life is this amazing business, which is what we're doing tonight. I went soon after I decided to share the business, and I started teaching classes. Lucky for me, there was a network marketing workshop, what do you call it? Conference, training in Vegas, baby. I went to Vegas. I just thought, okay, I'll go to Vegas. Whatever. Tony Robbins. I didn't know him at the time. If you don't know him, Google him. Whoa.
He's coming back this November. Join us.
So I went to this network. I just took a leap, and I went, and here's what I realized from going to that training. I watched all of these network marketing professionals who are rocking their worlds and rocking it out. And you know, money can be an uncomfortable thing sometimes. Like sometimes I can think like, oh, it's gross and blah, blah, blah. And Vegas and Tony, of course. But it was like, oh, money makes me more of who I am. We're going to get into that. Okay. So, it was amazing. And here's what I took from that conference. There was Tony Robbins blew my mind. And then there was a women's, panel. And that panel just, like, I felt like all of their power just, like, came into my heart. And I felt so moved that I needed to get all of the people that I know involved and just take control of our lives. And that I'm a massage therapist and I love what I do, but my body has other stories to tell. And I don't know how. I know that I worried about my future and that I wasn't sure how long I would be able to keep doing this. And I thought, I get distracted. And I know I'm talking too long. Okay, so I thought I didn't have a retirement plan, all of that. And when I went to this conference, it was like a week or so later, I had this aha moment of like, I have a plan. I have a plan for my future. And not only that, I stopped dreaming because I knew that I could do this much amount of work, I could get paid this much amount of money, and how was I going to manage all of that into my future? And so I just kept my dreams at a manageable pace. Package, and I realized, oh my god, I'm dreaming again. I have dreams that like I not only am excited about thinking about, but I know I will fulfill. That's really cool. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about that anyway. So I want to just speak that into your life and liberate you in any way that might resonate with your heart. I'm gonna move on from my story, but I'm happy to share more and more and more if you want. So, okay, that's my story. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight. Can you do the overview?
Sure.
Good, because I just talked a bunch. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. I'm going to tell you a little more of my story in just a moment, but so you have a sense of what we're doing. We're going to keep this class, we hope, to under an hour. And like Summer said, it's just to to we hope, impart information to you that maybe you don't know about. And specifically into understanding other ways maybe than you've known about to create all kinds of freedom and impact in your life and in the world. So the way this is going to flow is we're going to start sharing some educational resources. We're going to be posting slides while the video is going. That's new to me, and she's better at social media than me, but hopefully as this video goes, as we start presenting, you're going to see some slides pop up that will help give visuals to what we're teaching into. Secondly, before class started, I posted a PDF that's just like a little worksheet for me. Writing things down makes all the difference, and that's one of the things that some of the success philosophers that we've been studying for the last several years are always talking about. A thought is a thought up here in the universe, and the second you bring it down and put it onto paper, you're taking something that is not yet real and making it real. You're taking thought and creating it into a thing. And so I encourage you to take notes. We're going to be asking you some questions to really think into your life. And I get it, life is busy. Maybe you're watching this video while you're cooking dinner for your kiddos or multitasking through a million things. And one of the things I love about this professional opportunity is that it is a job that you can squeeze in and around the fullness of life, but you're giving yourself this gift of time to learn about something that might change your life. And the more you can tune in, stop what you're doing, take notes, put into this, the more you might take away from it. So maybe that's right now in this moment. We will leave this this recording up for a bit so you can watch it again and go back. But it's going to encourage you while you're listening, take it home to your heart and your story by writing it down. So if you haven't already, you might jump back, scroll up or down or however that works and find that participant worksheet. It's just a one-pager. Summer's going to throw some questions at you right now, and we ask you to, if you can, if you're not driving, please contribute on the page here and or write it down in your notebook, and then we'll get into a little bit more about what we're talking about.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So we're going to talk about what you think a perfect career would be for you. Just listing some things that would make a perfect career. We have examples, don't we? Thanks. So examples would be time freedom, income, travel, helping people, meaningful work, things like that. So if you feel comfortable sharing, we would love that, to just share some things that are like, oh, I would love, in my job, I would love if blah, blah, blah.
Right, if you were to create your own job today, what are some of the things that as your own boss you would build in? Long hours or short hours? Lots of income or not so much income? Vacation time, community, flexibility. Throw down some words onto your paper and onto the screen and let us know what are some of the parts and pieces that would really excite you in your own work.
Bueller. How do I get it?
I know, I'm doing the same. And we're pulling up this feed on our other devices to be more tech savvy.
I wonder if I can't, because I'm logged in.
Can you do it through here? Oh, I don't know. Are we looking at where
I think so, yeah. So one that I know for me, being a massage therapist and working for myself, is that I don't get paid when I don't work. So if I go on vacation with someone who has a job that they... Freedom!
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vanessa. And what kind of freedom? Time freedom? Financial freedom? Ask yourself this right now. Who do you feel is in charge of your days? Do you feel like you get to create your days or somebody else? How about your sense of responsibility? Are you feeding your own dream or somebody else's? Sharing joy. I love it. Thank you. Yeah. Have you ever noticed when someone smiles at you, like how good it feels just to get a smile back? These little things that we can do. Great. So time freedom, financial freedom. Awesome. And then we have a second question. So if you're still journaling into that, continue. Oh, just kidding.
Oh, right. I feel all over the place. Okay. All of these freedoms, financial and time, yeah. And the thing about financial freedom is that when we are working so hard just to like make ends meet, we can't exactly be sharing joy. We can't exactly be sharing ourselves and sharing our time and sharing our finances. So it makes us less selfish, right? Like we can give more when we have more. So income is super important. All right. And we're going to get real about retirement. So what do you think retirement will cost you? I'm going to tell you. Do you have that?
Posting it
Okay,
right
we're
now.
going to post so you can see it. But also, here we go. We're going to break it down. Retirement for you and your spouse. It is going to cost you $7 a meal. And that's if you eat 3 meals a day. And there's 365 days in a year. And let's say for 20 years, from when you're 65 to when you're 85. But most people cannot retire by 65, can they, anymore? No. But, so let's say all of that. It should be written there.
I'm going to post it after the...
Okay, for you to look at. But that is just to eat, right? That's all we talked about is $7 a meal for 3 meals a day, 365 days for 20 years.
For you and your sweetheart.
For you and your sweetheart. And that, nothing else is going to cost you $306,600. $306,600.
So one of the things that this opportunity helped reveal to me is how much I was hiding from the reality of my financial life. Straight up, student loan debts, all of it. And something I didn't want to do was do the math equations of what I was going to need when my body doesn't want to work anymore. And when I saw these numbers, this is an equation we took from Brian Carruthers, who's an amazing mentor in this profession. Frankly, it was terrifying. $306,000 just to eat. $7. That's not going out to a nice restaurant. $7 a meal. That's like ramen noodles and beans, right? So, what is your plan for your future? Okay, when I said yes to this opportunity, I was 34 years old with $60,000 worth of student loans, $15,000 worth of credit card debt, and an artist and an entrepreneur. Barely scraping by at the end of the month, working my butt off to make a difference, and that was really real. That's right. McDonald's is about right? So it's a really big deal, and so we are going to be really real with you tonight, because it matters. This is your life, and frankly, I'm horrified at what we don't teach in public school, and in common sense thinking. And the thing is that our economy has changed a lot since since we went to school and we're taught to be employees, and we got to keep up with those changes. So I want to share. Did you want to say anything else? Am I jumping ahead?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to share a little bit my story, and then we're going to get into a little more of the nuts and bolts of this training. Thank you so much, Summer. And this one is such a mentor to me. I'm learning from her every single day. Clearly, it's very hard to have any fun when we do anything together. The other major benefit of this business is that if you choose to run with it, you get to work with your best friends.
Heck yeah.
And that is amazing.
And meet new best friends.
And meet new best friends. Yes.
I've met so many delicious people.
Amen.
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 Amen. We're talking about you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to share just a little bit my story. So when I was first introduced to Young Living Essential Oils, I was introduced by a new acquaintance who is now my partner of almost 5 years. Thank you, Tom Jackson. I love you madly. And he shared oils with me, and I was in a time where I was going through, my physical body was struggling in all kinds of ways, my emotional body was I wasn't feeling, there was a lot in my life that wasn't feeling in flow. I wasn't feeling excited much about my life. And when he started putting essential oils on me, I was like, oh my God, I just feel better. Every time I put them on, I felt a little better. And so I was very quick to say yes to the essential oils. And right away, oh my gosh, did they make a difference in my life. I'll talk a lot more about those in future classes where we talk more about the essential oils, but that's not what tonight is about. Tonight we're talking to you about the business. And I'll tell you that for all of the amazing products that Young Living has to offer, it is the business opportunity that has been most impactful in my life. So my story is that when Tama came into my life and introduced me to the oils in the business, I had tried the day job thing. I had worked as a 5th grade school teacher in inner city North Philadelphia. Working, I usually got to the school around 5 or 6 in the morning, so I could be there a good hour before the students got there just to catch up on paperwork. And I often wouldn't even leave school until close to 6, and then I'd come home to grade papers. It was exhausting. I quit teaching because it was killing me. It was so hard. I felt like a little tiny Band-Aid over this whole huge exploding dam. And anybody that's worked in the public schools knows what I'm talking about. God bless you, all teachers watching. The second thing, so then I went into piecework. I threw myself into working for nonprofits. I always wanted to make a difference in the world. I know that this world needs a lot of help, and I was raised by revolutionaries and really badass parents. I feel really blessed to come from where I come from, and my parents really instilled in me, like, you got to make a difference, kid. If you're blessed enough to be alive, you got to make a difference. You got to contribute. And so I spent the first 15 years of my adult life throwing all of me into jobs, just over broke, J-O-B, jobs, that it was like I partnered with them because they were close enough to what I was passionate about. But at the end of the day, every day I came home exhausted, feeling like for the amount of life force that I was pouring into something, the amount of impact was nothing compared to what I wanted. The way I wanted to be able to reach into my students' lives in North Philadelphia. I was so stressed out with the bureaucracy of school and keeping up with the parents. It was like, how could I possibly do this, right? So I kind of got disillusioned by that, and then thought, well, what do you do if you're lost in your career? Well, you go back to school, right? Isn't that what we do here in the United States? Well, you got your undergrad, you didn't figure it out yet. Go ahead, get a master's, get a PhD, right? And so I told my family, I think I'm going to go back to grad school. And what did everybody say? That's such a great idea, Tanya. That's a great next step. Go to school. So I did. I went to school. I took out student loans, $60,000 worth of student loans, went to one of the best schools, got a degree to become an artist in creative writing. Loved it. Loved it. And then I graduated. And then I had student loan payments to start paying off. And I had a degree in writing. And I was becoming a yoga teacher. And
a damn good one.
And artist and yoga teacher feels good in my heart. But it didn't feel so good in my bank account. Quite frankly, there was always a lot more month at the end of the money. And that was uncomfortable, and I started to realize, the scary part is I didn't start to realize. So fast forward, Thomas Jackson walks into my life, shares with me these essential oils, and he starts talking about this business opportunity. And I cut him off, and I'm like, shut up, are you talking about network marketing? That pyramid scheme stuff? Ew, gross. You know what, you're really cute, you smell good, please don't talk about that. And I said that to him for a long time. Really. I did. I didn't get it. I had a cousin who had signed up with another company, who had filled her garage with like $70,000 worth of product that she's still paying off. And that was all I knew or thought there was to this incredible profession. So I'm very stubborn. I was so busy. He said, take on this, why don't you try this other thing to make money? And I said, I don't have time. 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 Don't talk to me about it. I don't have time. And he was like, well, would you like more time? Would you like to think about making money in a different way than what you're currently doing, which sounds like it's not really working for you? And I said, no, I got this. I got this. I was raised to pull myself up by my bootstraps. I am an entrepreneur. I know how to do this all by myself. I can't even have time. I don't have time for this conversation. I need to go write more emails. Okay? And then about 2 years into our relationship, we sat down to do our taxes together. Okay, at that point we were practically living together. I had a good sense of how he spent his days, and I was pretty madly in love and jealous as all get out to his lifestyle. Because I woke up early to run out the door and teach classes, and he woke up when he was done sleeping. I sat on my computer for hours and hours and hours. I had started my own business as an editor, running all kinds of little side businesses, gigs, right? So I spent a lot of time in front of the computer keeping up with the day job that I had created for myself. And he was out having amazing conversations with people and going out for lunch to talk about changing the world. And I realized that all of the stigma that I had about what I thought network marketing to be, he didn't match any of that. There was a disconnect. And then we sit down to do our taxes, and we've both been working, but I've been working much harder. And I'm looking at my traditional business, and he's looking at his network marketing business. And my business had grown by about 5%. And that was pretty cool. I'd worked longer hours, but I was making more money. But then I looked at his business, and it had more than quadrupled in 1 year. And he was working shorter hours and had more time freedom, and that got my attention. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I've been a total jerk. I apologize. Thank you, Thelma, for forgiving me. And he was finally willing, or I should say, I was willing to learn. Being coachable is one of the biggest, most important things in life. Who has what you want? And how can you learn from them to change your life, right? So I'm going to have Summer post, if you'd be willing, sweetheart, the cash flow quadrant. So before I got into this profession, talking about money was a faux pas. It's like talking about sex or religion at dinner, right? But we got to talk about money. Why? Because it matters. Like what Summer was starting to say when she cut herself off, which I think is so important. I was raised in a family where we didn't have a lot of money, especially when I was young. And my father's also pretty anti-capitalist. That's an understatement by a lot. And so I had this belief that, people who are rich are assholes. Excuse my French. People who are, or who have money are bad people, and that it would be gross to generate wealth. And that was the first thing I had to really look at. If I want to attract money into my life, if I want to have, to be able to contribute, money helps with that. And this great quote that Summer was starting to say is like, money doesn't have a personality. It's attached to its owner. So if you're a selfish person and you have a lot of money, then that's going to make you more selfish, right? But if you're a generous, big-hearted person like this one right here, look, what do you think this one is going to do with her millions? Are you kidding me? It's so exciting. We need to get a lot of money into the hands of big-hearted, intelligent, grassroots-minded people that care about people now. Because now is the time that we need to create change. True or false, right? Okay? So one of the biggest things that I love about life is that we don't know what we don't know. Right? I said that on purpose. You don't know what you don't know. And so what we want to speak into, I hope, is maybe something that you don't know. So something that I didn't know was other ways to make money. All I knew was I exchanged my life force for money. Like Summer said, I love my job, but when I don't work, I don't get paid. Right? If you have a day job and you stop going to work, how long are you going to be able to continue working before you get fired? Not that long, right? So the only thing that I knew was dollars per hour, whether it was literally, making $15 an hour, or whether it was my salary coming in that's still broken down to my commitment to showing up to that job 40 hours a week, which was usually more like 60 or 80 hours a week. Anybody having that experience, right? Nope, didn't get paid more. I worked more of my life force, right? Okay. Clearly, I still have no charge here. Okay.
Put a thumbs up if you work too much. People do that. People do that in live videos.
I love it. Okay, so is this up?
No, because I can't put a picture in the comments. So I put it in the event. Does that work?
Excellent. Okay, so hopefully in the event you can find it. There's a visual that I'm going to speak through. And we have that paper copy. Maybe you can...
It might be backwards, though.
It might be backwards. This is totally going to be backwards. But
can somebody tell me if you can see it in the event
image
page?
you're looking for? If you want to take a screenshot and turn it around, I don't know. We're new at this. Love you, okay? I'm talking about the cash flow quadrant. We are taking this from Robert Kiyosaki's book, Cash Flow Quadrant, where basically it looks at the 4 different ways that most people understand income earning possibilities. The first that many of us fall into is employee. Okay? As an employee, you have a job, J-O-B, just over broke for some of us. Bless you, those of you that are making a great income at a job that you love. I honor you. Here's the deal. 95% of us are employees, okay? And there's no leverage there. There's no leverage there. The amount of active work determines your income. Right? You can work full-time or part-time. You struggle to get that promotion. That's your job. You show up as an employee. You give your heart and your time and your energy to somebody else's dream, and you do it, and they pay you. Okay? The next possibility, the next thing, is to be self-employed. Okay? Now, a self-employed person means that you own your job. Right? And now, again, there's not much leverage there. Or at least so for me, when I think about my when I became an entrepreneur and started my editing firm, right? I love what I do as an editor. I think of myself as a story doula, helping to birth other people's books into the world. And I love it, I love it, I love it. And I'm an artist too who writes. So if I'm editing all the time, not so much time or inspiration or energy left to give to my own art, right? So when I was throwing myself so fully into building my editorial practice, it was awesome, and I worked all the time. When Tama first asked me out, I said I would love to. How's 3 weeks from next Thursday? Because that was literally the next opening I had on my calendar. Literally. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. I wish I was joking, but I'm not. I was working all the time because in order to make the amount of money I needed to pay off my student loan debt and live, I needed to work with, I had 17 clients at my high point. 17 clients writing books. Do you know how much work that is? That's a lot of work. Okay.
I want to interject.
Please.
That I didn't say in my story, if you can believe it, is that last year I made the most money I've ever made massaging and blew out my shoulder. So, yay, I made all this money, but then I had to take 2 months off because I blew my shoulder out. And which I was so happy I said yes to the business of Young Living because I was getting paychecks even when I wasn't able to massage. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So being self-employed is awesome in that you get some of those benefits. Look back at your list. What are the things you want? Maybe one of those things on your list was I want to be my own boss. So I got that. I got to be my own boss. But as my own boss, I gave myself horrible hours and not enough of a salary, right? So employee, self-employed. You with me? Okay, next option, as Robert Kiyosaki lays it out, is a business owner. Okay? This is awesome. They say if you want to create real wealth, then the best way to do that is to become an entrepreneur. Okay, but so here's the obstacle with business owning is that most traditional businesses cost somewhere between $60,000 and $300,000 to start. Right? And then that's not even including your monthly overhead. Right? I have a friend who bought a yoga studio, paid $100,000 for the yoga studio. Beautiful studio. Oh, it's an awesome studio and it's thriving. I'm so proud of her. $100,000 to start that. I don't know about you, but I don't have $100,000 to start a business. Right? And
Plus,
then
how long is that going to take to make back?
Exactly. Right? The average business takes at least 3 to 5 years to break even. And I think the current statistic, and somebody can fact check me please, is that 95% of businesses fail. That's a little daunting, right? I want to come up with $100 to $300,000 to launch something that statistically is probably going to fail. That's too scary for me. Maybe you're a bigger risk taker, okay? The last option, the way that Robert Kiyosaki lays out, is the I for investor. Again, this is the quadrant that I'm looking at. Screenshot it, flip it. I don't know how to do this. Okay. And investing, also awesome, right? The idea of investing is that you have enough money that your money makes you money. Right? Great for, again, those people that have $100,000 to drop into an investing account, something that's going to spin enough profit, enough interest every year and every month that it becomes in itself a livable wage. So those are the 4 options that probably most of us were taught, and I would say, at least for me, until I was like 27, I really only knew employee and self-employment. So what we're talking to you about tonight actually doesn't fit inside of these little boxes. Okay, network marketing is yet another structure to look at, another means to make money. And here are some of the things, and I'd like you right now to pull out your worksheet and look back at what are the things that you want the most in your...
Oh, we didn't say that. We didn't have them do that yet.
Oh, the first one we did though, right?
No, we skipped it.
We skipped this one.
5 things you would do, have, or become. What is your perfect career?
Right. So in your perfect career, looking at that list, time, freedom, things like that. Okay. So if you, like me, felt like those first 4 options didn't work for you, or they haven't worked for you yet, I want you to get this image into your head. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you about network marketing. I said the word multi-level marketing, relationship marketing, direct sales. There's a lot of different names for it. Network marketing is a huge industry. In 2015, they did we as a profession did 183.7 billion in global sales. 36.1 billion in the United States alone. That was 2015, and that's going up. Okay? Network marketing is a real profession, different from the pyramid scheming fears that maybe you've had. We're going to talk about that more. Network marketing is quite simply this. It is the notion of partnering with a company that you love, that you respect, that you value their products and use them, okay? Let me stop right here and just say this. You're all network marketers already. You're just not getting paid for it, okay? Ask yourself this. If you read a really good book, what do you do? Okay, if you eat a really delicious meal, what do you do? Tell your friends about the restaurant, right? If there's an awesome sale at your favorite store, what do? You text your girlfriends, hey, there's a sale, you got to go get this stuff, right? What if Amazon gave you a check every time someone bought a book that you recommended? What if that restaurant gave you and your partner a cut of the profits they made on the meal that your friend's going out to eat based on your recommendation? Okay, network marketing is sharing from the heart something that we love. But here's where it gets interesting. Okay, I think I'm going off a little bit. Okay, so that picture of circles.
I'm posting it right now.
Summer is posting it right now. Scroll down into the event, or you can get really excited about this. Circles. Here's the deal. That's you in the middle, one of those big pictures, right? The way that network marketing works is that we partner with a company and you join a movement. Okay? In a moment, Summer's going to talk more about Young Living Essential Oils, which is the company that we're both partnered with specifically and why we chose that company. But what's really important is that you choose something that you love and then you partner with it. Young Living's mission statement is wellness, purpose, and abundance. Wellness, feeling good in your life and your body and your relationships. Purpose. Are you living your purpose right now, or are you getting through your days? And abundance. An abundance of money, an abundance of health, an abundance of friendship, an abundance of joy. If those feel like subjects that you could get down with, this company might be for you. Okay? So instead of, like I did with my editing practice, where I had to find all of my own customers, put all of my time and energy into recruiting customers, working on their books, turning them back around. Same thing with yoga. I love to teach yoga, but it's a lot of work to market your classes and get people to come and keep it fresh and exciting and all of that. And find subs and things like this, right? So in network marketing, you partner with a company and you join their bigger vision. Right? So I have joined part of this revolution about wellness, purpose, and abundance. Right? And then I've shared with some of the people that I love in my life
Thank you very much.
about how these oils and this opportunity have touched me. And it's not for everybody. And it might not be for you, and that's okay. But do me a favor, if there's something in this that is making you think of somebody you love, please write their name down. Okay? By sharing what we love, then we continue to educate others how to share. And like that picture shows you, what happens is that you create this whole network. I'm sharing with a few people who are sharing with a few people who are sharing with a few people, and all of us are part of this movement together. And in network marketing you have, and this is the most important word that I hope you will take away from today's training, leverage. Leverage. What the heck is leverage? It's not a word I understood. My father used to do 2x4 to leverage steel when he was fixing my car after I got smashed into when I was a teenager. Right? Leverage. You can create more force with less effort. Okay, so the easiest example I think to understand this is think about real estate agent versus a broker. Okay, a real estate agent is that person that we picture when we think of in real estate, right? The person that's hanging the balloons and getting people to come and look at the houses, and the person that you call to show you all the different properties that you might buy, right? And then there's the broker. Okay, the broker is the business owner, that person that maybe had that $100,000 to $300,000 to be able to start a brokerage and provide income earning opportunities, jobs for agents, right? So what the broker has that the agent doesn't is leverage. What do I mean? That broker's vision was to see people get homes, right? That broker got together a team of agents, and now every time those agents help to bring somebody home to their new home, the broker makes a percentage. Okay, so if she, that badass broker, has 10 agents who are out selling houses at the same time, In that 1 hour, can you see how that brokerage got 10 hours worth of work done in 1 hour? Because there was 10 of them with the same mission. Does that make sense conceptually? Okay, so now let's bring it home. We're going to get really serious and really specific. We're getting close to our time. I'm sorry I'm talking forever. Okay.
I love it.
Pull up your income disclosure form. Will you please post our income disclosure form?
It's ready to go.
It is ready to go because Summer is amazing.
That,
see how teamwork makes the dream work? Best part of this business, you don't do it alone. You do it with our friends.
That's
Hi,
so
Allie.
true.
Love you,
Hi,
honey.
Allie.
Glad you're here.
Cutie.
Okay, so this is what I'd like you to do, please. The question that we didn't offer you yet, which we meant to at the beginning, and so we're going to write it right now. It's on your worksheet, those of you working from the worksheet, which is posted in this event. Question number 2. If time and money were no issue to you, what would you do? Who would you become? Okay, so take a moment, please. Write comments in here. Or into your notebook,
It's
please.
so fun when you write the comments in.
Yes. So 5 things you would do, have, or become if money was not an issue for you. 5 things you would do, have, or become if money was no issue to you. The first time this question was asked me, it blew my mind because I couldn't think beyond that. I had been in survival mode my entire life. Let's say that there was every penny you ever needed for the rest of your life in your bank account. Let's say that time was yours. What would you do, have, or become? Write it down. Turn thoughts to things.
We're going to give you time to write. Yay!
Ooh. Weekly spa treatments. Can I come with you, please, Ashley? Hi, sweetheart. So good to see you.
More visits to Wyoming would be on my list. I know, this is such a hard question. I agree. I think it's like what I was saying before. It's like I kept my dreams manageable, and you just like, I don't need that. No, I don't need that. You know, like I'm good with what I have, and I'll save up for that water bottle I've been wanting to buy. You know, I remember a time in my life when I was like, that water bottle is $18, and I will get it when the time is right. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Travel.
Amen. World traveler,
Got
turn
you
my
too.
kids onto the world. Yes, thank you. All of you who
Dylan
are
and River.
parents watching this, what would you be able to provide your children if time and money were no issue? Or how would you feel, Ashley, I
Get
love
it,
you.
Ash.
How would you feel when you wake up every morning? How would you feel? Go to Puerto Rico and
girl.
help the folks there. Buy a piece of land in New Mexico. Go on several long trips to meditation retreats and hot springs. I really like you, Hannah. Yes.
Hannah, that's the original
Thank
Nia
you.
teacher I was talking about.
Hi, Hannah. I've heard so much about you.
Go to PR and help the
Yes,
folks
thank
there.
you. Our dear friend Serena right now is got a thing going on Facebook where she's raising money to get supplies. She's got a friend that's been traveling into Puerto Rico, so you guys should Facebook stalk each other. Serena Rodriguez, that's so great. Vanessa, relaxing. Yes, imagine that, relaxing. Things, walks, baths, exercise, more yoga, more massage, help others. Do you see this theme of self-care? Love you, any man that's watching this video, but as women, right? How much do we give and give and give and give and give? And it's like one of those, well, wow, you know what? If I had even just a little extra money, maybe I would take care of myself. Do you think that people who take care of themselves have more to give to the world, right? There's that bigger thing. How do we get more money into the hands of really good people? Okay, so with those, take another moment. Thank you for sharing. Think big into that. And if you, like me, like Vanessa, you shared, like, if that's a really hard question to think about, that's what woke me up. Tama asked me this question, and I hadn't realized that I had stopped dreaming. I hadn't realized that my dreams had shrunken into this teeny little container that I felt like was really achievable once I understood the grind of being a grown-up and what it really felt like to be an entrepreneur and an artist, suffering and right? I had stopped dreaming until this opportunity came into my life, and it showed me I can be my authentic self. I can do the kind of good that I want to do in the world without sacrificing every ounce of my energy, and I can do it in a way that multiplies outward to have a huge impact beyond my reach. We are sharing hope. Okay, if I just talk to these 5 people, but that message spreads, and that message is about freedom and hope and prosperity and changing your life, What kind of impact is that going to have across this nation? And how is that going to affect the rest of the world? This is serious. Okay, so if you, like me, have a hard time answering that question, I invite you to journal about it every day for the next week. Journal about it so you cry. Okay, because it's not okay to be numb anymore. And I say that because I was so numb I didn't know I was numb. Okay, and now my purpose that Young Living has helped me connect to is to help empower everybody else, specifically women, but I love you men, who are asleep at the wheel like I was, who stopped dreaming, who have disconnected from that spark that was once alive. It's still in you, and there's another way out. Okay, there is another way. So I'd like you to pull up that income disclosure form, which Summer is posting now. One of the above.
I
think it's already posted.
Yeah.
Okay, and so what this income disclosure form is, and I don't have one to lift up in front of you. I hope that you can access it on the page. This is Young Living's income disclosure form from 2015. These are real numbers. Okay, you can read the whole chart later, but just quickly, I want you to look at the column on the left. Those are ranks, and so those are as you grow your business. Let me clarify one thing. Network marketing is we partner with a company. Okay, so I don't have to create essential oils. Young Living does that. I don't have to create anything new. My only job is outreach and education. Okay, the biggest thing I get from people when I introduce this business is, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to be pushy with my family. That is how I felt. Ew, I don't want to be that creepy salesperson. Here's the news. You're not. Okay, you got to learn how to do this profession. Do this skillfully and professionally. But in network marketing, our intention is outreach and education. Okay, and part of what this network provides is basically an awesome study group. I paid $60,000 to learn how to become an artist. I'm getting paid to get a PhD in being an entrepreneur. That's my impression of what this profession is. You get paid to get a PhD in being a successful person, in becoming a better you. Why? Because you got to grow in order to be able to grow something like this, okay? And so what I want you to do is take a look at that income disclosure form. Look at the ranks. So you partner with a company, but you are your own boss, okay? You are the boss of your outreach and education team. And as your team grows and you grow educators who grow other educators, you increase in rank. And so if you look across to the right, there's a bunch of columns. Just look down the column that is the average and take a look at the average monthly income. That's monthly income for a star, a silver, a diamond, Royal Crown diamond. And I want you to just circle or highlight or write down in your notebook, or if you're brave enough, post it right now in this Facebook Live video, what rank / which monthly income would allow you to do the things that you wrote down on your worksheet. Those things you would do, have, or become, and those first 5 things that Summer asked you about like what are some of the things. No, that's different. This will provide those things.
Okay, thank you, Hannah.
Find the document.
It's on the event page. Are you able to see the event page while you're watching this? Oh, I'm getting congratulated.
Sorry that we're still learning this wonderful new technology. If you can't see it now, go to Google and just type in Young Living Income Disclosure Form. It'll pop up probably as the first thing. There are PDFs available. And if anybody watching, lost you guys. Are we still live? Does everybody see us? Oh no, technology.
I think so.
Okay, we're going to keep going.
Vanessa, come back when you can.
I tried swiping. No, probably. Okay. Go ahead.
No.
Yeah, if you can't see it, go to Google Young Living Income Disclosure Form. Highlight. Remember the statistic, the numbers that Summer talked about that we posted. Just to eat $7 meals, you need $306,000, right? From 60 to 80 years old. So how much money do you think you need to make in order for you to be able to do what you want? What are we saying to that?
So Suzanne, thank you, Satya, is saying to see the uploads, she had to open a separate window with the event page. There, she could see the downloads.
Satya, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, great. So,
you keep going.
No, it's you now. We're going to switch.
Okay.
I've been talking forever. So, just take note of that. Monthly income, what do you want to earn? Connect the dots. What you're really wanting, what your heart is wanting. If you live beyond maybe the story, if you're anything like me that you were living in, about really all I can do in this life is this, because I'm limited to this income. Okay, and just jot those down. And now I'm going to step off. Thank you for your kind attention. I went very long. And I'm going to have, Summer is going to talk with you a little bit more about why we partnered with Young Living. Again, this is just going to be a brief overview. We have other classes available and coming up that will talk more about Young Living essential oils. But Summer, tell them why you chose it.
So, yeah, because it's awesome. Young Living, so one of the things they say about when you're aligning with a network marketing company is to make sure, they've been in business for at least 5 years, right?
Yep.
And, because, right, you want to partner with a stable company that you know has good footing. Young Living has been alive and running for 22 years. So, heck to the yeah! And which also means they are like the pioneers in oils. Not that that matters about network marketing, but in general, in their field, they are, I like to call them revolutionaries. But people that are into oils look to them for Gary is the founder of Young Living, for his distillation practices, for his expertise in that, for his blends, for the quality. And the quality, that is a huge thing for me. In my life, I really stay away from chemicals as much as possible. I mean, it's impossible. But Young Living is wellness, purpose, and abundance, man. It is like 100, as I'm like 100%, and then I'm like, what? As 100% as we can be in this world, chemical-free, and essential oil infused, the highest quality. They have such high standards. And not only are their standards high for what they're producing, but in their integrity. And that is humongous for me. So they're an online health food store. I mean, that says Summer all over it. So they're more than oils. They have supplements with oils infused in them. They have household cleaners and body cleaners and facial stuff. And they even have makeup now and stuff for babies and kids and pets. You can get it all here. They have farms on every continent, on 5 continents.
Not Antarctica.
You just saw me geography. So they have, it says every, that's what messed me up. Okay, so they have farms on 5, they have their own farms, first of all. They're not looking to someone else. They are in charge of every process. They have farms on 5 continents, which means they have these amazing working relationships all around the world. And their products.
So good.
They're so good. I just can't even. And I won't, because you see how much I can just go on and on and on. We'll post some classes that we have. If you're not an oiler yet and you're interested in becoming an oiler, we have 101 classes going on. This community is rocking it. So we have a lot. We can post some flyers and let you know about ones we're hosting or other people are hosting. Yada, yada, yada. Will you do this part? Because I don't really...
Oh, this is good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last thing I'll say before I say this is, right, if you're partnering with a company, like Summer said, you want it to be a well-established company. I believe it was as of last year, maybe it's been a year and a half now, Young Living is now officially the fastest growing network marketing company in the world. We became a billion-dollar company in 2015, and we are creeping up on becoming a multi-billion-dollar company. The trajectory right now with essential oil sales is that by 2020 in the global market there will be close to $10 billion. I think it was 9.2 or 9.8 billion. I need to look back on my notes. In global sales by 2020 in essential oils. And like Summer said, Young Living are the founders of essential oils in bringing them into the United States. No, essential oils have been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, but what you get at the health food store is not a pure essential oil. It's a perfume standard. Gary Young is working with the FDA to raise the standard here in the United States because the standards are different in Europe and across the world, so that people know the difference between what is perfume and what is a pure therapeutic grade essential oil. So We're leading the game. And when you think about what your job, your company that you would be founding if you say yes to this opportunity, is to join into this momentum about education, about wellness, purpose, and abundance, and how essential oils can remove chemicals from your home and help lift your vibration, how big of a piece of that pie do you want, right? Okay. And what Summer wanted me to say is, so this is huge, right? I told you the oils and the products that Young Living has to offer absolutely have changed my life. But here's my question. If I ask most people, what would you rather have? The highest quality essential oil infused products in the world or an extra $1,000 a month? Well, what would you say? Right?
I could buy my own oils. That's an extra.
I think we could all use an extra $1,000 a month. Right? And so let's stop hiding from that desire, from that need, and not make a difference. Okay? So let's look at the numbers. Summer's going to post one more slide. It's actually 2 slides, and these are 2 pages from an amazing book that I highly recommend. It's called The 4-Year Career for Women, which is written by Kimmy Blissbrook, who is married to Richard Blissbrook, who wrote The 4-Year Career several years before her. Both are great books. I prefer the one for women. I feel like it resonates with me more. And I love this woman, and I love this image. So how does this work? So this is kind of paralleling off of those circles.
If you'd like to see these, you just make a new screen. Open up a new tab, and you can see they're on the event page. The pictures on the event page.
You're going to see little stick figure women holding ice cream cones. Okay, and so if that circles picture made no sense to you, look at that. Okay, what that is showing, ice cream girl at the top, that's you. Okay, those ice creams are representing, in our situation, Young Living essential oils or their additional products. Okay, you go out to share with your 4 besties. Okay, can you see this? And then your 4 besties go out to share with their 4 besties, who go out to share with their 4 besties. Go to the next slide. Who go out to share with their 4 besties. And can you see the numbers? Okay, this is called leverage. This is what leverage looks like. Okay, and what this creates for you is a residual income. That means money that comes to your mailbox every month, whether you just blew out your shoulder or not. Okay, now listen. Network marketing is simple, but it is not easy. Okay? You might be someone like me who has some stigma about this being weird. The hardest part is educating people out of our own ignorance, right? I was really ignorant and really stubborn. Not an ignorant person. I'm very intelligent. But I was ignorant to this profession. I didn't get it. Right? So the hard part is learning it and having the confidence to share it because it's life-saving. Literally. This has saved my life. And this is changing the legacy for my family. Okay, with Young Living, you can create a residual income. Go back and look at that income disclosure form. That number, what you build, whether you get in today or 5 years ago or 2 years from now, it doesn't matter when you get in. You're your own boss. Look at your list of things that you want in a job. You're your own boss. You set your own hours. We have an uncapped income potential. You get to choose who you work with. You build by your own design. It's a part-time gig that you're supposed to do around your current day job. Okay? Are these things that might work for you? So take a look at that picture. If you have questions for me, just conceptualizing leverage. It took a little while, so it's okay if you're still like, what? I've got questions. I'm looking at our time, and we've been an hour. We were going to go through a lot of the common objections and kind of demystify them. I feel like it's important to not create a tool that's so long people don't have time to watch it. I know we're in a busy time. So I'm just going to read some of the objections that I get all the time when I'm introducing people to this. And if you're like, that's what I have to say, what I have to say to you is we can talk about it. It's a common objection. So things like, I don't have time to start another business. That was me. I didn't have time to not. Okay, because I was racing myself towards a heart attack and a stroke. I was working 70, 80 hours a week. Insanity. I didn't have time not to. Okay, I don't have money. Right? I didn't either. You know, the difference with network marketing, how much does it cost to get in, to start your business, to start your partnership, right? We talked about traditional business on average is $100,000 to $300,000 to open your business doors. Guess how much it is with Young Living? $160. And that's not a fee. Okay, $160 to buy a starter kit, which as a customer gives you 24% off on all of your shopping for the rest of your life. The starter kit itself is the only thing Young Living sells at half off its value, right? There's over $300 worth of product in there. It's only $160. And with that one simple kit, a kit that is designed for self-care, to help you feel good in all the parts of your life, okay? That opens the door to getting paid. Startup cost, $160. Overhead, $100 a month. What's that $100 a month? That's you buying self-care product for you and your family. Young Living will never make you fill a garage like my poor cousin did. Okay? We do the work of referring people to this awesome online health food store, okay? If you don't have money, you might really need this. Okay, I do recommend that people get into network marketing while you still have your day job. If you're trying to get rich tomorrow, probably not going to happen. It has happened. There are a couple amazing leaders who have shot up to the top really fast, okay? But this is leverage. This is building something that's going to pay you for a lifetime. So establishing your business, learning the skills, so much easier than anything I ever went to school for as far as the basic skills that you have to learn. Right? But you're building something, so it's not going to pump out a paycheck like a job does. It will as you build it, absolutely. So the skills are simple, but I'm not saying it's easy. All right? And that's why we work as a team to train and educate each other and work together so that we can help with technology and life and conversations, everything. Oh my God, I'm so glad we have friends. Okay, so other objections. Do you want to zip through a couple of these?
I don't know anyone. So somebody might say, I don't know anyone. Well, what? But really, like, you don't have to know everyone. I don't expect you to know everyone. If you opened a restaurant, I wouldn't expect you to know everyone that came in the door, right? You would find people as you go. I don't know anyone who would be interested. Oh, okay. Let me repeat that back to you. I'm going to be a little sassy. You don't know anyone who would be interested in wanting to make more money, who would want to be healthier or feel better?
Or work from home, flexible hours?
Or work from home, have time freedom, blah, 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 all of that. I think you covered that. I'm not a salesperson. It's really just about educating and referring and sharing. I don't want to sell oils. I don't want to either. I don't have any oils to sell. All my oils are for me. But I will educate you. I mean, you can use them. But I will educate you about how to get oils online and how to start your own and empower you to have your own account and your own oils and is that the last one?
Yeah, so then another thing that might be coming up in you is I'm just not interested right now. That's cool. That's cool. And that's fine. But I'm just curious, knowing from our testimonials alone how impactful and life-changing this can be. Do you have anyone in your life that might be? That might be on their knees right now praying for an opportunity like this. Okay? And I'm going to ask you to not be selfish.
Bam.
I think that for a long time I held back in sharing about this profession, this beautiful profession, and I even held back in sharing the oils because I was so afraid of being misperceived as a creepy salesperson, of offending people or saying something wrong. And here's the thing. I was the person that you should be afraid of to talk to about. I was the person that had all of those skepticisms and misconceptions. Okay. And I am so grateful that Tama didn't give up on me because he believed bigger in what is possible. So he was willing to continue to offer me education. And when I was willing to learn it and see what this really is, everything in my life shifted. Everything. And so if you know somebody that might need this, please connect them to us. And if they are willing, if this does resonate with them, of course we're going to remember that you connected us and we'll help make sure that you get some credit for that. Yeah. Is this a pyramid scheme? I'm just going to answer that real fast because it's such a big thing. Yeah. Here's the difference. A pyramid scheme is this notion that you get a bunch of people hyped to get into this thing and throw down money. I'll put in $5,000 and you get 5 people to put in $5,000 and then I'll make $25,000. And when you find those 5, but there's no product. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Okay. Network marketing is not. It's a phenomenal profession that is putting more money into blue-collar neighborhoods than any other profession in the world right now. Okay? This is for people like you and me.
I love thinking of that they could put all their money into advertising, into big billboards and big companies, but they don't. They put it into us, the little people.
Yeah.
The little big people.
The little big people, that's right. So a pyramid scheme is when there's no product. True network marketing is when there is a high quality service or product for sale that we are in the referral of. That's the quick answer there. There's some great videos about on doing the pyramid schemes. Okay, we're over time. Let's finish up. I want to come back really quick to this participant worksheet, which was posted at the beginning, and I want you to take a look, please, at the bottom question right there. Okay? Where it says, I see myself becoming. So based on your first impression, your first taste of what we just shared with you this evening and all of our beautiful, flawless imperfections, are you curious about becoming a builder, about learning a little bit more about this opportunity? Clearly, we did not explain it all to you yet tonight, but are you wanting to learn more about what this profession is about? If so, click that box, okay? If you're curious about becoming a customer, like, oh, I am not interested in this business thing, but those essential oils sound pretty awesome, click that box. Okay, and if you're like, oils, nope, and this business, nope, but my friend, please click that box. And then everybody, just take 30 seconds. Take 30 seconds. While we were talking, did you think of anybody that you love? Will you please take a moment to write their names down? Okay. So here's the story. If you are interested in getting started, please, right now, via text message or Facebook Messenger or phone call, reach out to the person who invited you to watch this video. Okay, whoever it was that asked you to come join us tonight, reach out to that person and tell them, at the bottom of the worksheet, I picked this. Would you teach me more about being a builder? Or would you teach me more about becoming a customer? Or would you teach me more about becoming a connector? If you are interested in either opening the doors to create a residual income and start your network marketing business, or just becoming a wholesale customer, which gives you 24% off on the world's finest essential oils, your next step, number one, reach out to the person who told you about this class. Get their member number. You're going to need that. Step two, go to youngliving.com, and in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see a little button that says Become a Member. Don't buy these on Amazon. Don't buy these in other places. Young Living is the only place to buy therapeutic grade, the real deal. We'll talk more about that.
There's good reasons for that. Just trust us.
It's a safety thing, all right? It's not a branding thing. It's a safety thing. And you're going to want to go to youngliving.com, enter your friend, whoever told you about this class, member number, and have fun. The starter kits are the smartest way to get started if you want to save money and get 24% off, in addition to getting a library of what Young Living has to offer.
Can you see the diffuser? You get the diffuser as well. Is that the old one? That's the old one. You get a better one.
So one of the starter kits is 11 oils and a diffuser. There's another kit that has the Ninja Red Juice, which is an amazing nutritional drink. There's the Chemical-Free Living, which is the Thieves Household Cleaning product line. If you're excited to kick the chemicals to the curb and get them out of your house.
Yes, please do that.
So many options. So many options. So please reach out to your person. Let them know some times and days that would be great for them to get back to you. And of course, please feel free to reach out to Summer and I to help us so we can help answer your questions and connect you back to whoever loved you enough to invite you to this class tonight. I appreciate so much your time. There are so many different ways you could have spent your night tonight. And choosing to learn a little bit more about opportunities for your freedom, for your life, I would argue, and I hope was a really good use of your time. So huge love, so many blessings on your future, and here we go.
Thank you. And thank you.
Thank you.